the IWI Zion 15. Let's check it out. IMI, or Israeli Military Industries, has been around since 1933. It has made the firearms for the Israeli military. In 2005, IWI became a privatized company that now produces the Galil Ace, the Tavor, the TS-12, the Masada, the Jericho, and other firearms that are not able to be allowed to import into the United States. So the Zion 15 is the first gun by IWI that's going to be fully manufactured here in the US. And so they have a plant up in Middletown, Pennsylvania, which is where the IWI headquarters is. And they'll be producing these rifles. Now it does give them the capability to possibly go into other firearms if needed. Because guys, we all know how the US government a lot of times can prohibit the importation of firearms. And so because of that, it gives them a little bit of an insurance policy as well. But they are planning to keep their manufacturing in Israel as long as they can. So this is one of the big things about the Zion AR-15, is that it is a new step for IWI. But there are also a lot of great features of this firearm. And I want to thank IWI for sending the Zion 15 for this review. Well guys, here it is, the Zion 15, or the Z15. It is an AR-15. The parts interchangeability is there, mil spec, and so they really tried to make it as mil spec as possible because guys, there's a lot of aftermarket parts and you may want to put some different things on here, which of course it does not come with sights, so that is one thing, but that's something that's fairly minor. I did put a pair of offset Magpul Sights on here. I really like those if I'm going to run an optic. But IWI is well known for its firearm industry and really high quality. I mean, again, the Tavor, I mean, it really took the market by storm. It was so different than anything else we'd seen out there. And it's just a really unique design, but solid. Then you have the Galil Ace, which obviously the Galil has a long-standing tradition, the Hebrew hammer. And whether it's in 7.62 by 3.9 like I'm shooting here, or 223, or even 308. I mean, it comes in a number of different calibers. And of course, then you have the Masada, which is a new 9mm striker fire pistol by IWI, and just top quality. The TS-12, definitely one that to me is the coolest shotgun on the planet. I mean, 15-in-1 is just phenomenal, and it just really handles well. Again, very unique design. And then there are others that they make. But really, one thing about the AR-15 is it is America's rifle. People love it. And, you know, it's really funny because in the comments somebody will say, oh, just another AR-15. And to a point, it's true. But one of the things about IWI, notwithstanding that it is just legendary in the firearm world, is that it does have some features for the price that are exceptional. And because of that, I'm going to go ahead and talk about price. $8.99 retail. But yet you're going to probably be able to get it more toward the $800 range. But guys, obviously we're not talking about a basic AR-15 here. There are some nice features already on this rifle. Now we'll lift it up. The magazine's not in it. We're going to pull back the bolt and the gun is empty. Now it does have the M-LOK free float handguard. It is 15-inch. This is made by IWI. Underneath is the barrel. It is what they call the 16-inch SOCOM profile. So it's not your standard M4 barrel. 4150 chrome moly vanadium. A little bit heavier than your M4 all throughout, so it's going to give you a little more heat dissipation. One thing you can't see under the handguard is we have a mid-length gas system. So it comes out to about right here. This is going to help mitigate recoil, and it makes it just a little bit softer shooting, which is nice. Plus, it's a little softer on your firearm as far as long-term durability. Now, there was a lot of argument about the carbine length is more reliable because it was designed for that, but the carbine length was actually designed for the 14.5-inch M4. This is a 16-inch, so really giving it a little more gas pressure relief is going to help make this, again, more durable. Picatinny rail all along the top. Engraved on the barrel is IWI 556 NATO and chrome moly, and so that just gives you an idea. A lot of times barrels are not marked, and sometimes that can be a pain, especially if you're like me and you have a number of AR-15 rifles. But the barrel does have a 1 in 8 twist, which to me is the sweet spot between the 1 in 9 and 1 in 7. Included is one of the M-LOK QD sockets, and you can take your standard QD sling, put it in there, and it's just a quarter turn, which gives you a little bit of flexibility, but it doesn't spin, and I like that. And of course, also with the stock, you can add the QD points. And this comes in the box, not attached, so you can put this wherever you want to. IWI right on the handguard. We have an A2 bird cage on the end, and I'll tell you, all through this firearm, that's one of the things that they've done is they're allowing people that want to add or take away or do whatever to their rifles. It makes it easy to do. So if you want to put some kind of compensator or a different type flash hider, you know, you're welcome to do so. Which leads us to the monolithic Picatinny rail, which is typical for a lot of rifles. They do not include iron sights. This is optics ready. You can put whatever sights you want to on there. I mean, and for me, if I have some certain sights, I may want to switch them out. Which I do have the offset Magpul sights for this rifle. And I took them off because I wanted to show this how it was. But guys, there's so many different sights out there. If you're going to put irons on it, you can put whatever you like. Now the furniture on the rifle is from B5 Systems, and they have the enhanced sock mod stock. One thing about this stock is very comfortable on your cheek, resting it, you know, on your stock. It gives you a little more surface. It is in a 6-position mil-spec buffer tube. And then you have a rubber butt pad at the back. You have QD points. You have even for slings, you can run it through. And again, just has one of the levers that pulls this out. One of the things about this stock, though, it has compartments underneath so you can store batteries. Now, to get to the battery compartments, you need to remove it from the stock. You can do that just by pulling this down and it comes right off. Pretty simple. Just turn it counterclockwise, and this allows it from that to catch. So you're not going to lose this. And so you just pull this out, and there's a sleeve in here that holds your CR123s or, you know, any other parts. You can put an extra firing pin, different springs in here. The cap has gasket O-rings, so we're going to pull this off. It's a little tight. And as you can see, you got your O-rings. So this is going to keep this waterproof. And then you can just seal it up. It's going to be stable right inside the stock. When you're done, it only goes in one way, and then you just turn the cap. And again, those O-rings make it a little tight, but you can get it on. Now, I really like this grip, and this is the Type 23. It's the P grip. I love the angle. It's a much more natural angle. You have really aggressive texturing on the sides and on the front, but not on the back. And so I really like this grip. Upper and lower receiver, 7075 T6 aluminum, hard anodized finish, just very well done. Of course, you have your forward assist, your dust cover, and your shell deflector. I mean, this is an AR-15. Your mag release is right here, being able to bring that up. Now, speaking of mag release, they do include one of the Magpul P-mags with a window. And I really like that because you know how many rounds are in your magazine, and it's numbered right here, so as you're driving it up and shooting, it'll just recess into the magazine. And then these are also able to be marked. But guys, really, PMAG is the benchmark for AR-15 magazines, especially polymer magazines. And guys, you have your standard USGI charging handle. On the left side of the receiver, we have the IWI logo and just your standard AR-15 selector switch and your bolt stop. I want to thank Fiocchi for sponsoring the ammo made right here in the USA. We're shooting 55 grain full metal jacket, and this is good, clean burning stuff. Now, we took the Zion 15 down to the range as usual, went through about 1,000 rounds of ammunition. I mean, we really shot this rifle. One of the great things though is when you shoot a mid-length gas system in a 16-inch barrel, it just mitigates the recoil, it makes it softer shooting, plus it doesn't put as much wear and tear on your firearm. You know, the carbine length gas system was actually designed for the 14.5-inch M4. And so when you go to the 16-inch, you have a little longer barrel, and it really is great to have that mid-length gas system. I mean, being able to get follow-up shots really quickly, the muzzle rise is very light, and it's just a joy to handle. Now, one of the things also about handling it is this 15-inch M-LOK handguard. It's lightweight, it's very narrow, so it's easy to grab, so it really goes well with this firearm. And with the mid-length gas system, you're not getting quite as much heat as you would with a carbine length. Now, the B5 system enhanced SOP mod stock, really nice on the cheek, has these small little areas right here. What I do like though are the compartments inside. You can stow batteries, things like that. And of course, it is the 6th position. It's really nice, really smooth. But what I really like is the grip. And the B5 system's grip, it's more of a straighter angle. It's easier on your wrist. It allows you really to fire the firearm more naturally. It's one of the things I really like about this stock system. And with the texturing, you have a really solid grip, also on the front strap. Now, where it really shines is the accuracy. 1 MOA is what they're claiming, and guys, honestly, I think it'll do better than that. It was just a tack driver. We were using one of the primary arms, GLX, new first focal plane scopes in 2.5 to 10. And guys, of course, that was crystal clear, but the rifle did all the work. And we're gonna take a look under the hood, go ahead and pull out our takedown pin, lift it up, pull out our bolt and bolt carrier. The bolt has a nice melanite finish on it, or black nitride, makes it really slick. It has to have the IWI logo on here, and we have a bolt here that this has been MPI and HPT tested. HPT means high pressure testing, MPI means magnetic particle inspected, to check for any deformities in the bolt. And that's not batch testing, they test every one. And we have our standard mil-spec trigger. You know, it's just a basic mil-spec. Now, this is a dirty rifle, so you can't really tell, but this has been Teflon coated on the inside. It is really slick. It's going to keep debris down, especially with direct impingement. And also the interior of the gas tube is also Teflon coated. And we have M4 feed ramps. And the barrel nut is stainless steel, which is going to add to strength. And down here in the bottom, we do have a tensioning screw in the lower receiver, and this is going to help give you a really good solid fit between the upper and lower receiver. Now, to me, one of the big pluses for the Zion 15 is the price. These retail for $8.99, which means you'll probably get it around the $8, maybe even less price range. And really, with all the features of the M-LOK handguard, with the B5 system's grip and furniture, you know, I mean, it's just got a lot of features to it that really place it with more premium rifles and not just those budget AR-15s. And of course, durability is a big part of this rifle as well. In fact, IWI did a 10,000 round torture test, which beforehand they shot a MOA group, actually a little sub-MOA group. Put the 10,000 rounds through it. They said that the performance varied very minimal in difference. And that says a lot about these barrels. And again, we want to thank IWI for sending the Zion 15 for this test and evaluation. This is excellent. Rubber Dummies is one of the best training tools on the market, and you get a 10% discount using Suit00 when you click the link down in the description. Be strong, be of good courage. God bless America. Long live the Republic. You have to pull it off. You
pull it off, and okay, here's the cap. Let's do that again. This is really very bad. Very bad. Very bad. Then we're going to pull this off. It's, oh, crap.
It is a very flat shooting handgun. But to me.
I really have to try.
Take your time, I got all day.
Good. I thought so.